All right, Pete, we're back. Let's be frank this time.
About what?
Frank this time.
Okay, I'm with it. So, obviously, we're talking about our boy Frank Ntilikina, the new starting small forward for the New York Knicks.
Go figure. We drafted him to be the point guard of the future, no?
Yeah, and then he moved 2 spots down to the forward position. I don't
He grew 2
understand
spots.
what's going on. Taylor, explain this to me.
All right, so basically what we have here is Frank Ntilikina grew 2 inches over the summer.
Yep.
And still has...
Height-wise.
Yeah, we got to specify height here. And,
Pause.
his wingspan is still the same, so... Fizdale would like to see him in a small forward position and see how he matches up against some of the wings, which, to our knowledge, he's been doing fairly well.
Actually, not that bad at all. I got to give Frank a lot of credit this season for his IQ on defense. I noticed a lot of times he's in the passing lanes, he's active with his hands, makes a lot of deflections, does a lot of those defensive plays where he's just at the right place at the right time and not something that you might necessarily notice or see in the stat lines. Having said that, do you think that he should be starting now and throughout the season?
Absolutely. I think the impact that he's had on the defensive end is something that we need in at all times, as much as possible, of course. Mm-hmm. He's been averaging 2.3 steals, so that goes to your credit.
That's not bad.
How he's been in the passing lanes, the way he fights over the pick and rolls, I think is incredible as well. Yeah. I haven't seen a player who gets over like that on screen since maybe like a Tony Allen or some Bruce Bowen even. Which is really impressive. Yeah. So I'm glad to see him in the starting lineup. His offense hasn't really picked up. He's averaging 6.3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. The offense will come. He's been more aggressive, as you said earlier.
Absolutely. I think his offensive liabilities is what brings up the question of whether or not he should start in the first place. Last season, we were adamant about him starting, getting playing time, getting experience. So I would feel like a little bit of a hypocrite if this season I'm saying that he shouldn't start. When I heard that he was going to be a small forward, that kind of weirded me out a little bit. I didn't know how to feel about it, to be honest with you. Yeah. But seeing him play in that position, I noticed that maybe he's a little bit more comfortable playing the off-ball. Like, he's almost like still a guard, but playing at a forward position. Right. He's playing off-ball on the weak side. I'm noticing that's giving him more opportunities to catch and shoot, to take threes, just because he's kind of waiting on the wing over there, and to even drive to the basket more often. So, again, definitely a disappointment. Offensively, we'd love to see more of that. Even at the open practice, we saw that he was still a bit timid, but defensively, it's great. It's really nice to see a fighter on the court, so we're happy about that.
Yeah, for sure. He's still young.
He's definitely still a starter.
He's a work in progress, as we know, but I think we're all happy. The consensus is we're happy to have him starting at this point.
And we got to keep him growing.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the second topic at hand? So what do we say? We said we're happy with him so far 3 games in. But what do we expect from him the rest of the season?
Grow 2 more inches.
Besides that.
Our producer's talking nonsense over there. As far as what I expect from him, to be honest with you, it's not even based off of stats. Stats are just, they're going to come and go. They're going to fluctuate throughout the season. He's a work in progress, as we know. I just want to see him remain aggressive. I want to see him knock down the open threes that he's given, because he's going to be given a lot of open looks. And I'd like to see the numbers, at least for steals, stay above 2. I think he can absolutely get above 2 steals a game.
100%. 100%. I think he could be in that sort of Paul George category of steals per game, definitely between 2 and 3. No reason he can't do that. Offensively, man, if he became a great shooter, that would really help us. Right now, we're really anemic at the 3-point shooting position. And he's going to be open a lot of times on that opposite wing, especially if he stays at the forward position, enabling him to have way more open shots. So if he starts knocking those down, that's when we'll see him become a problem. So that's my expectation. Be a better shooter, Frank. Ain't that hard? No pressure. Just become a better shooter.
You know what's interesting? When we see Kevin Knox in there, I know the segment is about Kevin Knox, but when we see Kevin Knox, he knocks down those open threes on those catch and shoots. When he's wide open, he knocks them down. So Frank, I think he can learn from that, especially if he wants to keep that small forward position,
So keep shooting. You can't be a starter with just 2 attempts per game. Keep shooting. Keep involving yourself in the offense.
Stay aggressive.
And that's it.
And play the passing lanes, boy. You're tremendous out there. That wraps it.